breaking news alert.
And that breaking news involves the arrest of a Houston area man known for making YouTube videos criticizing police. Late this afternoon, Earl was taken into custody by McAllen police after being charged with sexual assault of a child. These allegations date back to 2002. New evidence was obtained by Deer Park police that led to the new charge. Over the years, Worden has appeared in dozens of YouTube videos criticizing law enforcement and challenging the legal limits of where people are allowed to record videos and take photos. Worden is already a convicted sex offender. It is not clear why he was in McAllen. He will eventually be brought back to Harris County to face a judge on this new charge.
I've heard of the Fusion Center, you know what I'm saying? So, well, and then they find a report made by Pasadena Police Department regarding 1996. It's in regards to indecency with a child. Back when you were living on Telephone Road. Were you familiar with that?
I am familiar with that. It was cleared by Pasadena PD after I took a polygraph.
You took a polygraph for him?
I sure did. Someplace out on Spencer, what they were using at the time.
I don't see anything in the report about a polygraph.
Yeah, it happened. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, well, so I'm assigned this case. I have no idea who you are. So I started reaching out. And what they tell me is they made the report to Pasadena, to a Detective Kelly Reed.
Okay.
Okay, he does a forensic interview. She discloses in the forensic interview that you pull her pants down and touch her vagina.
Okay.
In this forensic interview. All right. Well, it happens when y'all are living on Telephone Road back in '96. It's referred to HPD for follow-up. There's nothing about an interview or a polygraph or anything in here.
Okay.
And I've reached out to Detective Kelly Reed, who has since retired. He says he doesn't remember anything about the case because it was just referred. Now, is there a different case out there in Pasadena?
No, that's it.
This is it?
Yeah, I know exactly what it is.
Okay. So we reach out to HPD, and they don't have any. It's like the case fell off the face of the earth.
It was made through CPS, so CPS may have the file.
Says CPS was not involved, and it'd be easy to corroborate that information. But so I'm tasked with reaching out to. That's the initial case, but yeah, she's changed her name. She's moving to North Dakota. She's discharged from the Army, all that good stuff, right? So she reaches out. I talk to her, and she vividly remembers it. She remembers you doing it. She remembers you pulling her pants down. She remembers that it's itching and it's hurting. She tells me that in a statement.
Okay.
Okay? So, did you touch her down there?
No.
Did you do anything? Did you?
You want to schedule another polygraph? I'll take it.
Okay, yeah, we can do. I don't have a polygrapher here, but we can take it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
We can get that set up.
Yeah. So here's what happened. All right, and I had split up. I had gone back to my ex-wife.
Who's your ex-wife? Okay.
I'd gone back to my ex-wife. All my kids are living at home. Okay, we bought that place out in Telephone. The kids all were living there with me. Came one night and spent the night. All right. She slept between her two older sisters in a bedroom with the locked door because their brother kept going in there. So they had to lock the door. Next morning, I took her home, dropped her off, and then this is what I got.
So did you ever take a polygraph? Because there's nothing in here about a polygraph.
I did take a polygraph.
Who made you? Who?
They didn't make me do anything. I volunteered for it, just like I'm volunteering for it now.
Who had you take the polygraph though? Which
Pasadena PD.
Pasadena PD.
It was Pasadena. Houston. Nobody else was ever involved. It was all Pasadena PD because it had occurred. They thought it occurred in Pasadena.
Okay.
Okay, but it was actually City of Houston.
Do you remember who did the polygraph? I know it's a while ago, but it's not something you do on a regular basis, so it may have stuck in your head.
You're talking 30 years. I don't remember. Okay. Goad?
Probably 96 out of 20 years.
Was it 96 or? Okay. Goat and Associates? Goat and Associates? I don't remember.
Okay.
Honestly, it's a selection.
And Pasadena PD had you do it, or did
I volunteered. Pasadena PD scheduled it, and I went and took it. I didn't pay for anything. They paid for everything. I didn't pay for anything. So to answer your question, that's what occurred. And after that, because of that allegation, I made sure that I was never arrested without supervision.
Do you know why she would say that?
You know, I can give you conjecture all day long. Okay, she had a relative that lived with the mom that just vehemently hated me. And the original detective...
Who was the relative?
I don't remember her name. And, oh, I don't know who it is. Who it is.
Inside the car. Okay.
Yes, that's what she goes by. It's her cousin, I believe it is. Anyway, she vehemently hated me. And was aware of the sex offender stuff, so of course, that's what they're going to try to use to go after me. No,
Why would they be
that's
going
what
after you?
Just because she hated me.
Just because of the flat out hate?
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
else?
Now the officer from Pasadena, after I took the polygraph test and I sat down and talked to him again, I'll take your word for it. He said to me that it could tell that I had been coached. So I hope he wrote that in the statement, but that is what he said, and he told me, he says, I'm not going to do anything else with this. And that was the end of it as far as I was concerned.
Okay.
I don't see any documentation about that. But to be fair to you, David, Earl or David, because I've been referring to Earl. To be fair to you, David, I definitely will follow up with that information. Okay.
And like I said, if you want to schedule a polygraph,
yeah, we will.
I don't have anything to hide. I don't run and hide, and I sure don't run. And I'm going to tell you the truth. It is awful odd to me that this is happening as we're bringing lawsuits against Shell. As far as I'm concerned, Shell owns Deer Park PD. Mm-hmm. So this is.
And he explained to you how we got to it.
I understand. I'm just telling you that from my point of view,
right.
you can see how that is suspect.
Understood.
Okay.
We got the complaint was filed with us in regards to Mr. Hill and what he deemed as harassment, basically, from what you posted. So, of course, we look into it, and like I said, we found out, you are a registered offender, so that does throw up a little flag, and due to the statements that were made. And after speaking to you, we understand what your mindset was, but you could see how it could be perceived.
I can see that if you were wanting to mess with me, how you could twist it and use it against me, and that's fine if that's his intent.
So,
but I will state categorically. Mm-hmm. Okay, I have no desire to harm anybody. Have no desire to do anything that is outside the law. I don't do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing is with. Okay. The only. She says she remembers it, and she still has flashbacks, and she saw a therapist about it, and she remembers it itching and hurting. Okay. Mm-hmm. So she remembers it, and so yeah. But I mean, did you do anything like give her a bath or anything that?
No.
In the trailer, did you change a pull-up? Did they have pull-ups back then?
Nah, I think they did, but no.
Okay, did you change your pull-up?
I think she was old enough she didn't wear diapers then.
Okay.
Yeah. But
so you didn't change her?
No.
Why? Okay.
No. Absolutely.
Well, she's saying she remembers it. She saw therapy for it, and this and that. So, you got any beef with any of your other daughters?
Yeah, I got my oldest daughter.
What's her name? What's your beef with her?
Just, we don't get along. I divorced the mom, and then some of my relationships with some of the kids are, yeah.
Okay. All right, because I talked to her, says that some of her other daughters made disclosures of abuse against you as well.
They have.
Right? So, tell me about how you used to drill holes in the wall and look at her into the shower.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you used to fondle her breast.
No.
And when she was 17 years old, you found out she had a boyfriend?
She was 16 years old, and she had a 33-year-old boyfriend.
Okay. So you found out that she had a boyfriend, and then what was that? Tell me about that.
We don't have that incident.
Oh, there was a big blow-up. We had a big blow-up over it, and she went and stayed with her grandmother.
Okay.
That's it.
Because she told me that you went into her room, and she asked if she was still a virgin, pretty much says, you're going to have to give your virginity to me before your boyfriend.
No.
No, because when I talked to her about this, she started crying. It stuck with her. It's stuck with them. It's stuck with her for a long time, and I've interviewed a lot of people, and You can tell the emotion come out, man.
Uh,
You know what I mean? You can tell the emotion comes out.
I have no explanation. Okay. There are a lot of things that I've done wrong in life,
Mm-hmm.
and unfortunately, you know, the good that I do doesn't make up for the wrong.
Okay.
But for
any-
what you're asking about, okay, no.
What about beef with any of your other daughters?
I mean, I don't get along well with most of my kids.
Is there a reason for that?
Well, I've spent most of my life in and out of jail.
Okay.
Cheated on their mother. They're all very close to their mother. And I spent a lot of time cheating on their mom.
Okay.
And so there is.
What about it? What about any beef with her, problems with her, anything like that?
I don't speak to any of my children except for.
Okay. So whenever I go and her husband and her children, and we sit down at her house and I start inquiring into you and all this and that, she starts to get pretty emotional, can't really make eye contact with me or anything like that. She tells me, I remember when he used to drill holes in the thin wall at our trailer so he could see Brandy shower. It's weird and it's stuck with me.
Okay, logic. Let's apply a little logic here. So if you've got somebody, you see somebody drilling holes in the wall to peep into a shower, what are you going to do if you're a kid? Are you not going to go tell your mother? Are you not going to go tell
Well, they did
the
tell her
person
mom.
that?
Sharon told me that they all disclosed it to her. That's how I found out, because the way it is, I contacted about this. Okay, and I said, okay, well, who was living with David at the trailer at the time over there on Telephone Road?
The girls.
Okay,
Yeah, the kids.
girls. It's like, well, he was living with his ex-wife, or I think they're still currently married, or something like that. Named. So I contact, and they don't miss a beat. Literally, 30 seconds into the phone call. Oh, I won't put anything past him. He's sexually abused all of our daughters. They told me about it. So
Okay.
your logic, let's apply your logic. They did tell their mom.
When did they tell her?
Huh?
Apparently they didn't tell her when it was going on, or
Are they scared?
I don't know. You're asking me for conjecture. Okay, I can't give it to you. All right, I am telling you, didn't happen. You know, if you want to grab it and run with it, then do what you got to do.
Okay. I mean, don't you think that?
I mean, it's kind of odd,
Yeah.
because we're not talking to them, at the same time. Just talking to them one at a time. Everything else, we're getting kind of consistent storyline.
Okay.
And
If this is what they said, then that's what they said.
Talk too. So she's about to get married, and she says it's too rough on her. She doesn't want to ruin a happy time of her life.
Talk to her. I mean,
What's she going to tell me?
I guess she's going to tell you the same thing everybody else told you.
Yeah.
They all seem to be telling the same story.
Yeah.
So
what?
there you go.
What's the truth behind it then? I mean, why? I mean, when you have multiple people telling a storyline that's consistent, usually that means that there's going to be a certain degree of truth in it. So from your, and that's one of the things we're asking you for your side. And we could just go by what they're saying and be done with it. But
And then you
we
tell
want
me-
to talk to you because we understand that you're a person who's proud of what he's done and what he's doing. And like you said, you're out there trying to make a difference and make things better with what you're doing. So knowing what we've learned about you, that's the type of person you are. So we're having these allegations that are coming up against you and being brought on by your own children. And they're kind of starting to be consistent. So there's a common thread. So knowing that, we want to talk to you and say, okay, there's got to be a degree of truth. There's something happened somewhere. And want to give you the opportunity to explain it to us. So that this way we can say, okay, we've talked to David, this is David's side. We talked to the girls, this is the girl's side. Because you know how the saying goes. There's three sides to every story. There's her side, his side, and the truth in the middle. So we want to get your side. We want to get an understanding. Where are they coming up with this? What happened? What was there? I mean, maybe you did drill holes in the wall in the trailer, but maybe not to spot taking showers. Maybe there was a legitimate reason you drilled holes in the wall. We don't know. But you know, you live there, you're the one who was there. So you could explain it. We can't. We're trying to figure it out and piece things together from, like you said, almost 20 years ago.
It's been my experience that when everybody tells the same story, because witnesses always tell a different version, when everybody's telling the same story, somebody's rehearsed the story. but I don't know. You're asking me about something I cannot answer. Wait. Let me answer.
Go ahead.
You're asking me about something I cannot answer for you.
Okay.
Okay? Now, regardless of that, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about the girls, my kids? Or are we talking pick a direction?
Aren't they both your children?
They are all my
Okay,
children.
there we go.
But I'm saying, what do you?
We're talking about your daughters. Well, let's go back to me that she was dating a 33-year-old, correct? And she was what, 16 or 17?
15, I believe.
You told me 16 earlier.
I think I said 16, but I believe
okay.
15. Come on, we'll go back and do the math.
Okay.
Did you
Tomato,
Did you
right?
report that or do anything about that?
We talked to the police, Houston PD, about it, but it didn't go anywhere.
Okay. Did you? Okay, so you find that? Do you think that's wrong for him to do that? A 33-year-old dating a 16-year-old or 15-year-old?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, then why did you do it?
I didn't do it. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, who?
Was almost 18.
She was 17. So yes, almost 18. Why did you lie about her age to you?
Why did I what?
Why did you lie about your age to her? She says that she was 17 years old. Hold on, listen, working at the Dairy Queen.
Mm-hmm.
You come in there all the time and hit on her. And
No.
she tells me that you told her that you were in like mid-20s or something like that. And she
Late
finds
20s.
out, and y'all date, have sex for 3 to 4 months, okay? Right? You get arrested in LaPorte off Sylvan Beach, and then she finds out you're almost 40 or something like that.
No, I was mid-30s.
17, 35,
Yeah.
16, 33. You think that 33 on a 16-year-old is wrong, right? Well, yeah, it's illegal. 16 years old, juvenile, 33 years old. But didn't you do the same thing? Technically, age